Con, I was gonna get that Isaiah, finish this Isaiah off. There's the book Isaiah 55 and verse 8 again. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So the Lord is on a completely different level, and that's why we have to follow his rules, regulations, and guidelines. And what the Lord has created us. So within his creation, he knows the intricacies and how it will work properly. So when the Lord gives us these blueprints, which is the laws, statutes, commandments, which is the doctrine of life, the only way you can operate in true life, you ought to follow, because he knows what best. The Lord said in Isaiah, I didn't say, seek ye me, to the sons of Jacob, I didn't say, seek ye me in vain. He says, I declare good things, things that are right, roughly paraphrasing. So the Lord knows what's best. He created you, idiot. Mosquito on my hand, my bad. Yeah, we're going to get this, finish this Jeremiah 5. Jeremiah 5 and 22. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord. Will ye not tremble in my presence, which I placed the sand for the perpetual bound of the sea? It's like which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by perpetual decree, that it cannot pass. And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over. So no matter what the sea does, it's not going to overtake. Why? Because the Lord wanted it to be that way. That's the decree in which Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai has ordained. And that's with everything. And let's go back to this Job. And when you see the sea, man, the sea is no joke. But the Lord has it put in the bound. The Lord shows us his power, in all things. But he have his creations. You look at, you can't look at Leviathan, but we know about Leviathan, who these people call Godzilla. You look at Godzilla, see how mighty he is and how scary he is. How much more the Lord is? The Lord said that before. How much more Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai that made him? He's nowhere near anywhere in comparison to the Lord. Now, we was reading this Job 38. As you can see, the Lord is giving a rundown of things to Job, and which is to everybody, as he did with Ezra as well. Like, where was you at when I was doing all these things? Who are you to tell me this, tell me that, right? Because the Lord has ordained everything. I'm looking for a key point, some key points in here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's Job 38. Now, I'll jump down to 20. I'll jump down to 18. It says, Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth? Declare it if thou knowest it all. And the Lord knows exactly everything. It says all hair of your heads are numbered. The Lord knows how much grass is on the earth. The Lord, the exact number of every blade. The Lord knows how much sea is on the earth. How much gravel stones on the earth. How much dirt is on the earth. The Lord knows everything. The exact measurements of the earth. The Lord knows everything. The intricacies of the body. What happens when the breath goes. The Lord knows everything. You know. That's why he's basically mocking Job, and he did with Ezra. And, you know, we can take note, because it's basically the same with us. We have these questions and say this and say that. The Lord like, hold on, who the fuck is you? You think you love your people, love my people more than me? As he told Ezra. But it says, knowest thou it because thou was then born, or because the number of thy days is great? So it's like, have you lived longer than the Lord? Was not the earth here already when you was born? It says, which I have reserved against, it's like it, verse 22, I jumped a verse. It says, hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow, or hast thou seen the treasures of the hail, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war? By what way is the light parted, which scattered the east wind upon the earth? Who have divided the watercourse for the overflowing of waters, or a way for the lightning of thunder? And when you look at within bodies of water, you look at fresh water, and you look at salt water. They don't mix and mingle. It's literally like a line. Who declared that? Man didn't. That was already there when you was born. Food was already here when you was born. Fruits, vegetables, how it grows, the order of things was already here. A cat was already a cat. You didn't change that. A lion was already a lion. You didn't make that. You didn't change that. A dog was always going to do what a dog does. You didn't change that. A bird is not going to be walking on land. He's going to be flying and perching on things. You didn't change that. A lion ain't go cook a 4-course meal. He go kill a buffalo or something in his pack. You didn't make lions start making packs, dogs making packs, or I should say lions making their prides. You didn't start these things. The Lord ordained these things. And we are under subjection to that. We can't change. We can't start flying. We can't start doing become 35 years old from birth instantaneously. We can't do these things. You can't change yourself to 6'5" if you're 5'3". You have to suffer that. You have to be that height. You have to you have no choice. You can't survive getting your decapitated if you wanted to. You have no choice. Why? The Lord ordained these things to happen. You can't get out the flesh. Why? Because the Lord ordained the things to happen. Esau, he can't fly and touch the moon. Why? Because the Lord ordained that to happen. The Lord has put in these bounds, man. Leo was already here. Lower Earth's orbit was already here. The Van Allen belt was already there. Why? That's the power of the Lord. Let's get this Sirach 43:27. It says, we may speak much and yet come short. Wherefore in some he is all. And the Lord is, man. He exists. It's in his name. The Lord is unfathomable. You cannot use words to describe him. He will far exceed you. You cannot even mention his works, because first off, we haven't seen all the Lord's works. Second off, the Lord is continuously making. He's continuously existing. You can't wrap your mind around these things. You just have to submit. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, the Lord, he got it. Nigga, you get hit by a car, you're going to die. Who are you? You punch a wall as hard as you can, you go break your knuckles. Who are you? It's Wisdom of Solomon 13. We're going to end it on this. And 1. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of the Most High, and cannot out of the things that are seen know him that is. Hey, why the fuck can't I see air, but I know it's here? You can't change that. It's the Lord. Why the fuck when I close my eyes, I just see darkness? You can't change that. It's the Lord. The Lord has literally ordained everything, and we have no choice but to follow our guidelines. That shows the power of the Lord. It says, and the Lord said in his wisdom, Solomon says, and cannot out of the good things that are seen know him that is. Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the work master. So you see all this raw ass shit. You see the sun hot as fuck. It's 95 degrees outside. No pun intended. Fuck. I don't even know why I mentioned that, but it's 95 degrees outside. And the sun is far as fuck from the earth, but you feel this heat. You can't see that's the power of the Lord. And then it is not going to stay up all day. Like it's 24-hour daytime. No, the Lord has it ordained for the night to come. The Lord has the moon ordained to show the signs. Oh, damn. Okay, it's a new moon. I don't see it. It's a Sabbath, you know. This is all ordained by the Lord. It shows his power. It says, but deemed either fire. Right, look at fire. You see fire and how that's made. That shows the power of the Lord. It says, or wind, or the swift air, or the circle of the stars, or the violent water, or the lights of heaven, to be the gods which govern the world. So all these things which we just named, the fire, the wind, the air, you know, the circles of the star, the violent water, the light of heavens, the stars, those are all works of the Most High God, but they deemed them to be the gods that govern the world. Notice shows the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. It says, with whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods, let them know how much better the Lord of them is. For the first author of beauty hath created them. So yeah, even our perception of what, beauty is or what art is, that's all because the Lord ordained it to be that way, because the Lord has a blueprint of what this is. You can't change the way you have sex with a woman. The Lord's ordained that. Yeah, I don't want to put it in, I don't want to get turned on and put it inside the box. You know what I'm saying? No, that's how the Lord made it up. And that's how you desire to do it. If you're in your right mind. And you have bug outs that do weird shit that they're going to get destroyed for. But that shows that the Lord has created all these things. It says, but if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them. For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionally, the maker of them is seen. So you can see through just how the earth operates that there is a higher power. You have prey, you have predators, you have land animals, you have sea animals, you have animals that fly, you have the rain that comes down, the waters of the earth, you have the snow, you have the hail, you have hot, you have cold, you have the duality, you have existence to show that there's a higher power. And what we cannot change the system in which the Lord set up, which shows that we are in subjection to the Lord and his ways, and he is the higher power. He is the highest power. And guess what? At some point, all knees are going to bow and every tongue is going to confess, and you won't have a choice. You're all going to bow. And what? At the end of the day, that's all the will, counsel, and pleasure of the Lord. And we have, once again, no choice. Isaiah 46:9 says, remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning. So the Lord has already had everything played out from the beginning. As he said in 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter, he said, before I did anything, I considered. So the Lord already knew everything that was going to happen. He already had it set up to happen in the way it was going to happen. It says, and from ancient times, things that are not yet done. So the Lord declared the end from the beginning. It says, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So the Lord, he is of infinite power. Everything that is anything is because of the Lord. And just showing the bounds that man has, that he cannot change, in which he wants to change, shows the power of the Lord, shows that we are completely inferior to Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. And the righteous have already submitted and are trying very much to inch, scratch, and claw to the good grace of the Lord to avoid the punishment to come. So Lord, what us edifying. I'm going to read this verse over. It's Isaiah 46:9. It says, remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning. And from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So we have no choice. A man, he didn't create the structure of what a man will be like, a human being would be like. The Lord ordained that. Nigga walking up on two legs. Dudes don't want to walk on all fours like an animal. No, the Lord even giving man an ability to interpretate. The Lord set the difference to differentiate us from animals and humans. The Lord has put us above them. The Lord has set up this structure. So you people talking about there's no God, you're out your goddamn mind. And the reason the Lord gave you a mind to even think that, dickhead. Without the Lord, you wouldn't even be anything. So, hey, Lord, what us edifying, giving all praise, honor, glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Bahasham Rachakodash.